If you have been shopping for brand new homes, especially in that Austin, Texas market, I am sure that y'all have heard of DR Horton before, because this is one of America's most popular builders. Now, just because you heard the name before does not automatically mean that they are a good builder, and then it does not automatically mean that you should just go with them blindly. In today's video, we are going to talk about the ins and outs, the cutes and uglies, and then finally talk about my personal opinion about DR Horton. And hopefully in this video, you guys are gonna find a lot of value in that, because I personally own a DR Horton house. So I am speaking from experience. I have helped people buy DR Horton houses, and I have a lot of close relationships with DR Horton sales agents. So I am really familiar with the product. So I know in today's video, y'all are gonna find a lot of value in this, and that way you understand what it's like to own a DR Horton house. Now, DR Horton is known as one of the most affordable home builders nationwide, not just in Austin, and they come with a lot of different prices and variety. So I'm not gonna really show y'all, we're not gonna do like a community walk or house walk or anything like that. I will show you a couple floor plans. We're mainly just gonna talk about the ins and outs, the good, the bad, like I said, the cute and the ugly. And we're actually gonna start off with reputation. So DR Horton does get some bad press, just like a lot of builders do. And that bad press really comes from poor quality. It comes from homes just being built too fast, cheap work, things of that nature. Now, just so y'all know, a lot of these builders, if not all of them, pretty much use the same contractors in every single build. So with DR Horton being one of the most affordable homes that you can buy, they're gonna use the same contractors that a Perry Homes, which is a luxury builder, would use. So you're getting the same type of workers, just different finishes, different materials and things of that nature, and completely different price points too, by the way. DR Horton is just known for affordability and really gravitates towards first-time home buyers and investors. When my wife and I decided to buy our first house, we ended up with DR Horton, and I personally really like that house. It could be recency bias, it could be biased because it was my first house, but the way that they handled the contract, the way that they handled the warranty request, the way that they handled the closing, the way that they explained everything to me and held our hand throughout the entire process, hats off to them, really, for real. So I give DR Horton high praise when it comes to that. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't have the same experiences. I mean, when we moved into our neighborhood, there were neighbors that already have foundation problems before they even moved into their house. And I understand that there might be some videos out there where it shows that the houses are literally falling apart not too long after people moved in. So I understand all of that. And again, every single builder has its ups and downs. Every single builder is gonna have the bad stories with the good stories. The goal is not to knock DR Horton for the bad stuff. It's really just to unveil what is good, what is bad, and that way you guys make the best informed decision for you and your family. So the first section to talk about is gonna be price and incentives. DR Horton is known for being competitive with both price and incentives, especially in the market where there's so many builders out competing with each other. Now, DR Horton, at least from the neighborhoods that I know about in the Austin market, will cover your closing costs. The one that I'm standing in right now is called Manor Ranch, located in Manor, probably like 2-minute drive away from my house. And this community is going up really quick, and they are selling out really quick as well. We're only in phase 1. Anyways, they're offering $8,000 in closing cost incentives, and they're also giving buyers a choice, a 4 appliance package choice out of 5 appliances that you can choose from. So you can choose washer, dryer, fridge, blinds, or a garage door opener. You could only choose 4 of those 5, and hopefully it's obvious that you do not choose that garage door opener, because that is the least expensive option out of the 5. But the fact that DR Horton offers this is such a strong incentive to especially bring people on a budget and first-time home buyers, because as you know, or you might not know, but buying a house is expensive, especially when you gotta buy brand new furniture, appliances, and things of that nature. So the fact that they're allowing you to choose 4 out of 5 appliances is a great incentive. Again, they are covering basically all your closing costs. And if you are a government buyer, that interest rate is always going to be lower than a conventional buyer. Right now in this neighborhood specifically, 4.5% for VA FHA. If you're a conventional buyer, 5.5%. And DR Horton pretty much does that in all of their communities, where the government buyer is going to get a lower interest rate and the conventional buyer is going to get a slightly higher interest rate, but they're both still lower than your market rate. In terms of prices in this neighborhood are competitive. I'm seeing prices in the mid or in the low to high 300s. That's just the type of market that we're in right now. I understand some of y'all watching might not think that's cheap, but that is affordable in the Austin market. If we had an Austin address, these prices could easily be into the 400,000. So the fact that we're still in the low to mid to high 300s is a plus. Is it possible to get a mortgage payment under $2,000? It depends on how much you're putting down. It depends if you're a veteran. And if you are a veteran, it depends if you have that 100% disability or not to pay the property taxes. But so with the prices and incentives, there's really not a lot of better options for you versus a DR Horton community. All right, so now we're gonna talk about layout. Now this floor plan right here is gonna be the same model as the actual model home. And what I like about this neighborhood is that what you see inside of this home is basically the same as a model home, except for the accent walls in the model house. And what I like about this specific community too is, first of all, that's like one of my favorite colors. I love doors like this where if the house looks plain, you know, gray, white, black, whatever, and it shows like an accent door like this, it just makes the house pop that much more. Now, what I dislike about DR Horton, but really appreciate about this specific neighborhood are the floors. These floors are actual vinyl tile versus if you, like for example, the first DR Horton house that I purchased, they were laminate floors, meaning that they were like the floors that you could just roll on and stick down, and if you damage them, you pretty much had to like pull the floors back and replace all the floors. They're fake floors basically. In this neighborhood, these are actual real tile floors or laminate vinyl planks. I really like that because it doesn't look cheap and it doesn't look tacky. And with the model home, that home is gonna blow your socks off in terms of upgrades and finishes and things of that nature. It's very functional. It comes with everything that you need. It looks very basic, but I like that. I like the fact that the model home does not have a whole bunch of upgrades that just blows your socks off and you think that's what you're gonna get inside of your house, and then you realize those upgrades are 20, 30, 40, even $50,000, you know? So I like the fact that they showcase their product, their finished product, right as soon as you walk into the model home. I really do like that. Now, in terms of functionality, these floor plans make sense. And what I mean by that is as soon as you walk through the front door, you know, you have your two guest bedrooms over here in the front and they share a bathroom. Then immediately to the left is gonna be your garage. Now, not every single builder does not do this. In this case, DR Horton does, where you get this little extra space up here and it does not take away from the 2-car garage. So you can still fit a full car inside the garage and still have extra space up here. They also bring in a tankless water heater, which is good for your utilities, and it's usually a pretty costly upgrade. It is not your typical water heater price. And inside the kitchen, you get your standard stove, and in this case, we are in a gas community, but they do hit you with the stainless steel appliances. With the fridge, well, I guess this buyer chose the fridge option in this house, and you also get the dishwasher, the sink, and you get this little extra counter section over here with extra outlets in the wall, extra cabinet space. And over here is where the laundry room is gonna be. Now, when I talk about functionality, usually that just means if the floor plan just flows smoothly with everything else. I'll be completely honest with y'all, I do not like the placement of this laundry room. I always think that laundry room should be closer to the actual bedrooms of the house, specifically the master bedroom, but I will give credit where it's due in terms of this is an actual spacious laundry room where you could iron your clothes inside the laundry room, keep your entire mess inside the laundry room, close the door, and then separate it from the rest of the house. So in terms of functionality, placement doesn't really blow my socks off, but the functionality of the laundry room itself in terms of the size, I would give DR Horton credit for that. And you have this oversized large island here with the granite countertops, rounded corners as well. Now, this is something that's very unique to DR Horton, and that is the Dyco light switches. And matter of fact, let me just show y'all what these actually do. So you could essentially pop this off, and if you pull this lever, it's going to cut off the electricity for the room. And essentially you get to swap out this switch. For example, if you wanted to put one of those dimmer switches, if you had a fan in here going on, or if you had whatever you wanted to do, you could easily just take this out and put a new dimmer switch in here, push this button in, and you're good to go. It is one of the most, I would say, just one of the most low-key, fascinating pieces of technology that you can have in your house, and I really don't see it in any other builder except for DR Horton. My DR Horton house did not have that. I don't know how new these features are. I want to say that I first saw it in a DR Horton back in 2024, I believe. But at the same time, I don't know how long DR Horton had these switches. We bought an express DR Horton house, which just had all the basics. I mean, we didn't even get stainless steel appliances. So I don't know how long these Dyco switches have been with DR Horton. All I know is that that is DR Horton specific, because I do not see it in any other builder. This is your primary bedroom located in the back of the house. Again, functionality, it makes sense to have the master bedroom in the back of the house. The one thing I will knock, and it's a common thing with most builders, it's not just DR Horton, is this is a one-story house. So me personally, I would rather just continue to have the floor throughout the entire bedroom versus just having to worry about carpet. That's just my opinion. And when you get to more different builders, and then maybe it's not so much affordable builders, but different builders will allow you that customizable option of removing carpets, changing the floors out, and things of that nature, versus DR Horton, what you see is what you get. Another staple of DR Horton homes are gonna be their bigger master bathroom. So in this case, and this doesn't really like blow me away in terms of size, but this is, if you think about it, if two people are gonna be living here and using the bathroom at the same time, first of all, you get the dual vanity sink. Again, my express house did not have this, and we also did not have a shower door that came with the house. We actually had to install that ourselves. But our bathroom was slightly bigger than this, but it's so functional, because when you have two grown people using the bathroom at the same time, you will really start to appreciate the size of this space over here. I always admire the size of DR Horton bathrooms. I have a Starlight house right now, and our house is bigger than our DR Horton house. However, the bathroom is half the size of our DR Horton house. And I get a little frustrated, mainly because I'm spoiled at this point, being used to a bigger bathroom, but it's a little frustrating having to just bump elbows while we're trying to get ready and having to move out of each other's way. Having a big bathroom is definitely a big plus, especially when you have the private toilet and it comes with its own door as well. See, our express house did not have a door, so we just had to be creative in terms of cutting that out. But like I said, with this DR Horton, with this specific community here, with everything that you get, everything is already ready for you. All you have to do is just bring in your bags and just move in. I do want to cap this off with the size of the yard and also with the back porch. I don't know about y'all, I am a patio guy, so I do enjoy when I'm able to come outside and just enjoy this hot ass weather without having to be cooked in the sun. Again, using my own personal experience, my Starlight house does not have any coverings in the back at all. My DR Horton house does, and it's a big difference. Also, the footprint on my DR Horton house on the patio is much bigger than my footprint on my Starlight house. Again, with the Starlight house being more expensive and being bigger than the DR Horton house. Now, with DR Horton houses, I do have to preface, at least with this neighborhood and with the neighborhood that I bought my own house in, this one does not have gutters. The one that I bought my house in does have gutters, so it really just boils down to what community you're in. Now, gutters in Texas, or at least in Austin, builders are not required to add gutters to a house. It was kind of a culture shock to me when my Starlight house did not have gutters. I went from having gutters at a DR Horton house to not having gutters, and over here these DR Horton houses doesn't have gutters. Builders are not required to add gutters, and if you really think about it, to keep costs down as much as possible, make these homes as affordable as possible for first-time home buyers especially, just be prepared to not have gutters on your house to keep them costs as low as possible. Okay, we're gonna go over to the next floor plan, which we'll talk about a little bit more about my experiences of DR Horton, their warranty packages, and anything else that I missed in this one. All right, see y'all at the next house. All right, so at this point in the video, y'all already know what my experience was like with DR Horton. I have personal experience. Also put a couple buyers in some DR Horton homes. So I'm just gonna touch on the warranty experience from my point of view. So my DR Horton house actually had plumbing issues, specifically with that master bathroom toilet. So what happened was, a little bit after we moved in, the toilet kept on backing up, and it just really did not get any better, to the point where we really couldn't use use it. So of course we utilized that 1-2-10 warranty package, and we had the plumber come out there so many times. I think we had the plumber come out there about 6 times, I wanna say. And finally, on that 5th or 6th time that they came out there, they actually had to drill about 8 holes in my wall to get to the real issue. Now the issue was that there was construction material poured down into the pipes, which caused a blockage, and specifically the master bathroom toilet. So the plumber had to remove the toilet, drill the 8 holes in my wall, remove the materials, fix the issue, and then we had to get a drywall specialist out there to patch up the walls and a painter to paint it, and everything looked brand new. You couldn't even tell that there was any repairs made in the house. And of course, we had like little cosmetic issues here and there that we used the warranty company for. Now, although it sounds like it's a major issue pouring construction materials in the pipes, it's very common, and DR Horton is not the only builder that has contractors that does that. Again, these builders use the same contractors, so it just comes down, it's just human nature, I guess, to pour construction materials down a pipe. But it was fixed, it was taken care of, and the construction manager, the rep, was very easy to talk to. I had his number, I still have his number to this day. If I believe if I called him or texted him right now with a question, he would still answer it, because I had questions for him well past my first year warranty, and he still responded to me in a timely fashion. So I do appreciate DR Horton's warranty package and their whole warranty team. They do take really good care of you, at least in my experience. Now, one thing that kind of pissed me off about the DR Horton house, which I'm not gonna lie, is the roof. And this could also apply to a lot of different builders. You know, I can't speak for them all because I'm just basing it off experience. So at least in that community, I don't know about this community, but it might be safe to assume that this is a general rule of thumb. But at least in the community that I bought the DR Horton house from, what they did for the roofs was they installed the cheapest shingles that money could buy you. Very bare minimum. What does that mean? Well, when we had a very bad wind and hailstorm, I think it was about a year ago, it blew, like everybody in that neighborhood had to get their roofs repaired. Leaks, shingles were blown off, you know, everybody had to get it repaired. You have roof repairs left and right. That cost me, because of my insurance and my deductible, that only ended up costing me about $1,200 out of pocket. That roof repair was closer to about $15,000 total. Thankfully, the insurance covered the majority of that. And like I said, the deductible, I only ended up paying about $1,200 out of pocket. That annoyed me, because we're talking about a house that was built in 2021 that already had to get a roof repaired barely 2 years later. Was just more annoying than anything else. And then that's when I learned, like, okay, the quality of the roof that they put on the house was shit. You know, excuse my language, but it was completely shit. And the roof that we have right now, hail resistant, wind resistant, just heavy storm resistant. It's a way better quality than what the house was. And from what I understand is that builders do that because they want to make these homes as affordable as possible. So if they do put on that quality, that hail resistant, wind resistant shingles, that cost is gonna pass on to the consumer, or in your case, you, the buyer. So it's a double-edged sword. I get it, I really do. It's a business decision. Remember, if you watch my other videos, at the end of the day, the builder's in the business to make money. So I get it, I understand it. It's just part of home ownership. It's part of buying a new home. So finally, we could put a ranking on DR Horton as a whole. Before I do that, if you are interested in buying a house, if you're looking at relocating to Austin market, to the Austin Metro, reach out to me and the team. I will leave the link down below in my description, and also at the top pinned comment. This link will take you to my schedule, my calendar, to where we can schedule a one-on-one talk through Zoom, and that way I can understand where you're at in your home buying journey, so I can figure out the best way to put keys in your hand. All right, so please reach out to me, and if you don't want to hit that link, feel free to call or text me. My phone number is also down below in the description. So what I would rank DR Horton is this. DR Horton is really great for first-time home buyers, really great for people on a budget. If you're looking to downsize, upsize, it fits a lot of different buckets. Now, if you're looking for something super customizable and high-end and luxury, DR Horton is not gonna be for you. If you're looking at not being in a cookie-cutter neighborhood, DR Horton is not gonna be the person for you. If you're looking for great quality, like high-end quality, you will find better options. If you are looking to invest your money into a safe asset, you're looking to get a roof over your head, you're looking to buy a house, you don't care about the bells and whistles, DR Horton is perfect for you. Where would I rank it out of 10? I'd probably put it at about a 5 or a 6. Average, slightly above average. I might have bias because I own a DR Horton house, but I do like their product at the end of the day. I do like their innovation. So I do love their incentives. They check a lot of different boxes. I like the fact that they come with appliances that it saves you a lot of money up front from having to buy fridge, washer, dryer. With the blinds too, you would think that blinds would come with a house automatically. When it comes to new construction, it's not always automatic, but the fact that you get the option to choose that, it's a plus. The only thing you really have to sacrifice is not having a garage door opener, but I mean, pay somebody $500, super inexpensive to do. So I give DR Horton a 5 to a 6 out of 10. And that's just my opinion. Now, similar builders are gonna be Chinar, Pacesetter, Century Homes. Those are the ones that I can think of from the top of my head. But that is my opinion. And again, at the end of the day, it's my opinion. You guys are the buyers, you guys are the consumers, so it doesn't matter what my opinion is. This video is just to provide you value on what it looks like to own a DR Horton house. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and that way I can get those questions answered. Or reach out, text me, call me, hit that link down below in my description and also the top pinned comment. Scan that QR code on the screen. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.